What's going on, people? Happy holidays. Today I want to talk about forgery and how child support gets people's consent to basically do whatever they want to when you step inside their court, fake court, tribunal, whatever you want to call it. One ways that they get your consent is something that I'm going to talk about today is the proof of service. When they send it to your house, USPS, certified, registered mail, whatever, where they get the mailman that goes up to your house and has you sign a certain document, or anybody in the house that can be able to sign for it. My case, somebody signed my name on proof of service, something that I've been trying to track down, trying to demand and ask for from these clerks and the courts. That's a whole other issue. That's a whole other story there. I used to call all the time for the last few years and ask to demand the proof of service, and the clerks would reply with, well, you showed up to court on that first day, and that's our proof of service. And I'm like, there needs to be a document showing that there's a proof of service. So I've been battling back and forth the last few years getting it. I finally got the proof of service recently, and they sent it to me. And this is it right here. This is the proof of service. And you see this signature here. This was the proof of service back in 2013. This is when my child support originally supposedly started. And this is the signature that they have on file of the person that signed it here. This signature is not mine or anybody else that had access to my place at that time. But whose signature does this look like? The signature does look like somebody else that I know or may have known in the past here. And that person is my daughter's mother, my baby mom's. This is what her signature looks like. When you pay attention to that Y right there, that's very telling. When you pay attention to this little loop-de-loop and this A, which is not mine, she tried to sign my name. This is supposed to be Anthony, A-N-T-H-O-N-Y, with the little squiggles and this there. But when you look at that Y hard, that looks like her actual signature. And we'll get into that later, where we get back into what her signature looks like. So this is what child support requires to get people inside of their grasp with getting your consent, getting your permission to be involved in the child support is supposedly a voluntary thing, even though people think it's they like to use the term obligation, which it still means voluntary when you break it down. But they think it's one of those things where it's something that is mandatory when you have children with somebody, and when a woman goes to court claiming that you banning your child is that now you must pay child support, when that's not the case at all. They either got to get your consent or prove that you're banning your child, and I never abandoned my child. So this is how it starts, with this proof of service here with the post service. When they go to your house, show up at your house, they make you sign the document to show up to that very first court date. So that's what this is here. And I finally got this after a few years of work and fighting these clerks. These clerks are a whole other subject here. But pay attention to this signature. This is not mine at all, and I will show you what my signature looks like here shortly. Let me see what my signature here looks like. Hold on a second.